Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to the Reptile Barn. Just wanted to do a quick update on our quail. So I don't remember what the last thing we said about them was. We were worried that they weren't going to make it because I really messed up their incubation. However, a bunch ended up hatching just fine. We fed off the weaker ones, or if they some of them had like a leg problem again. I messed up the incubation. Normally they're very healthy birds. But we ended up keeping the 13 strongest ones. They're in here. They're a week and a half old already, I think. About old enough that I can turn off this heat lamp. I haven't turned it off yet, but our snake room is really, really warm, and that's where we're keeping them. So I should be able to turn this off soon, see how they do without a heat lamp. It's still like in the mid 80s in this room, so they'll be fine. And then in another week or so, we're going to move them out to the main room where it's a little cooler. Then we'll probably put them out into one of our rodent sheds for another week, and then we'll move them outside to their final enclosure. So I just wanted to show them real quick. And I'm going to change their water because they love getting their water totally messed up. I've been changing their water 2 or 3 times a day just because they're messy. But here they are. Come here, little birdie. They're really not that scared of me. And yeah, like most little birds, they're pretty filthy. They're not really. But they scratch around and kick stuff everywhere, so I've got to deep clean this bin. They've probably doubled or tripled in size. It's kind of freaky how fast they grow. But yeah, so I'm going to pull this nasty thing out. It's mostly just bits of food that they kick around, and then bedding. Just using wood shavings for bedding. Put a fresh one down.
Guys, I'm having flashbacks. I grew up on a chicken farm, and these birds straight up smell like the chicken houses. It's just weird.
I like feeding them little baby dubia nymphs. They go crazy for them.
Oh, just love it all.
Here you go, guys. Here's your water. Supposedly they're prone to drowning, which is why our little water dish is so shallow. But all these ones are big and strong now. They're not having any problems. So I'll probably switch to a water bottle or some other way of watering them, just because they get their water messed up so quickly. Yeah, but they're doing great. We're very excited. Once we know which ones are male and female, we'll probably feed off several of the males. We'll keep all the females. But the enclosure outside is going to be awesome. I'm excited for it. And we've got a bunch of different colors. I know these are just feeder animals, but we still get excited about it. It's about time to clean out this whole bin. It's pretty filthy in there. Although this stuff
That's from the hard water.
is from hard water. That's not dirt or anything. It's just because when water is evaporated, if it's hard water, it leaves this kind of weird residue.
It's really annoying, actually. We have to clean it off of all of our crap all the time.
Yeah, but it's not poop or anything. Don't worry. However, their bedding is dirty, so I do need to clean them. Yeah, but these are our quail. This one here, I'm a little concerned about.
Wait, which one?
I'll try to pick it up. Come here, little birdie. Just doesn't look like it's doing well. It's got a big old lump on its chest. I think it's messed up. I think we're going to have to feed this one off. Its feathers aren't growing in properly. It just looks all raggedy. Most of them, I mean, they're molting. They're getting their adult feathers in, so they don't look great anyways. Like little birds go through that phase. But this one looks really especially ragged. Its chest is bare, and it has a big bulge on it. It might be like a tumor or something. Liz thought maybe it was its crop, but it seems too low to me to be the crop. So I'll keep an eye on this one. If it doesn't improve in a day or two, we'll probably feed this one off. So I have fed a few quail, some of the weaker ones, to the monitors. Obviously we killed them first. I didn't want the monitors tearing them up. But little Blue just swallowed one whole. It was way bigger than I thought. he kind of he dragged it around and kind of scratched it up, and I thought he was gonna break it in pieces like he'll sometimes do with like a bigger pinky mouse, but he just threw it down and gulped it. I was like, oh my goodness, that was huge. I mean, those of you who have watched people with monitors like on YouTube, they can swallow ridiculously big things. For some reason, it doesn't freak us out when a snake does it. You know, snakes will swallow this massive thing and they work it down, but when a monitor does it, it looks way freakier. And he just kind of kept going and going and going until the whole quail was down his gullet. And he was totally fine. He loved it. So, yeah, I'm really excited. These are Coturnix quail, or Japanese quail, so they grow really fast. In fact, many of them will start laying eggs at 6 weeks old. That's wild to me. That's totally crazy. But yeah, there's our quail update. We have 13 of them. There's one in there that I don't think is gonna be healthy, so we're probably going to feed that one off. But we'll still end up with 12, which is about perfect. So our space outside is going to be something like 5 feet by 8 feet, so about 40 square feet. And we should have less than 12 birds because some of these will be male. We'll probably only keep like 2 males, and then the rest will be females. So they'll have plenty of space. We'll put a brush pile in there, some insulated little boxes so that in severe weather they can go into little insulated hides. We're trying to decide what we want to do about water, because in the winter time, if we do end up keeping them outside, which we probably will, they do fine in the winter, as long as they have a way to get out of the weather. We'll tarp the top so they don't get snowed on or rained on or anything. We'll also have tarps to go around it in case of lots of wind. So they should be totally fine. But for water, I don't really want to have to go out twice a day and change their water, because obviously it'll freeze, right? So they do make heated things, but I don't know if I want to run a cord all the way across the backyard. So we'll see. We'll see what we do. But they're doing great. We just went to our local store and got a better feed. We had been using, for the first 2 days or so, we were using a feed that was just too low in protein, but we found a much better source. It's still only 25% protein, and I guess 28% is kind of optimal for them. But we've been feeding them a lot of dubias as well. They love insects, and those are really high in protein. So they're doing great. They're growing really fast. They're already trying to practice flying. It's really cute. I'm guessing that it's only going to be another, I don't know, 3 or 4 days before they can kind of jump/fly up to the top of this. So I won't be able to just leave it open like this. But yeah, they're doing great. So we got a lot of advice from you guys here on YouTube, especially from Scales, Fins, and Feathers, the guy who hooked us up with these quail. Thank you so much. So thank you for all the suggestions we got from you guys. The quail are doing excellent, and the next time around incubating eggs, we will do a lot better. So yeah, that's the update. I'm going to get cleaning and change out their feed and give them some roaches, and until next time, we're the Reptile Barn.